Yes, sir. It's another McGinnis episode. We're going to talk about dice rolling because we're going to talk about saving throws, with which you'll be needing. Where is it? Oh, I am not Shitticle. There it is. This dice, the D20, is what I use for them. But some use the
six-sided dice a lot more. Like, some use more than one.
But, yeah, what we'll be talking about today is saving throws, and maybe some talk about villains. I'm not sure on that one.
Yes, sir. Saving throws. And I'll show you this movie because there's not a single saving throw in the world that could save it. It's really bad, and I intend to review it later. Just as soon as I find a VCR.
Anyways, so saving throws are kind of hard to explain, but
basically, a saving throw is sort of a quick way to survive the unsurvivable. Like, and it's only used for certain types of things that sometimes it either changes your status or sometimes it just kills you outright if you fail. For example, if Godzilla was about to step on you, and it should be obvious who I'm rooting for, Godzilla, of course. He's a million times as powerful as Kong.
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
if Godzilla stepped on you, you would roll a saving throw versus crush, and then you would either succeed, which meant you either survived in some manner or jumped out of the way, or
you failed, which means you don't. It does not mean you take HP damage and then continue. It means you were dead. Period. Saving throws are meant to be used against things like decapitation, getting completely crushed, getting your body just inundated with acid. Touching a leper, for example, might require a saving throw. That's kind of iffy. That depends on your constitution and the state of the leper's body at the time.
But, you know, it's for resisting. It's a mechanism for resisting instant death, severe character impairment, and unwanted statuses such as leper or cursed.
It's also a way for players to resist things like a ghost suddenly making you 35 years older by touching you.
Or a wheat stealing your levels. And basically you, in D&D, not every system uses saving throws, but a lot of them do. Some of them do. Enough of them do that it's worth discussing it. Basically, it's a judgment of whether your character somehow survives what would otherwise be certain death or, like I said, severe character impairment.
So, like, let's say you're fighting a slime and let's say you're fighting a Nickelodeon slime. So, Dan, I'm looking at you over there.
And it spews acid to try to just cover your whole body in acid and kill you outright. You would roll a save versus acid to determine whether meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom, it kills you or not. But in that particular instance, you would also roll to try to get out of the way or otherwise block it in some manner. Too. So it's not always things that just kill you outright in a combat scenario. Usually, you'll get a chance to jump out of the way or something like that. Some things like a power word kill spell, which is just I yell a word, and then my opponent is just suddenly dead. Period. I yell a word, and then my opponent is just suddenly dead. Period. If they're, the spell has some specifics. It can't kill things. I can't remember. I think if it's above level 10, or certain other things are meant. Power word kill does not work on them. Other things are meant. Power word kill does not work on them. But assuming for a moment it works, instead of trying to, I don't see how else you would resist that except successfully making a saving throw, which means your soul endures if you didn't die. In that specific example, however, that would be heavily relying on stats and whether you have magical items equipped or not, or a bunch of other stuff like that. Too, by the way. Magical items can help you. One of the main ways non-weapon magical items help you is they increase the ease with which you pass a saving throw. Or they make a saving throw completely unnecessary by just making you survive it outright in some manner, or making you immune to it in some way, or canceling it in some way, or canceling the need for it in some way, usually. So, for example, if you got a ring of acid immunity and then the Nickelodeon slime you immune to it in some way, or canceling it in some way, or canceling the need for it in some way, usually. So, for example, if you got a ring of acid immunity, and then the Nickelodeon slime, Dan, I'm again looking at you over there, spew the acid all over you, the ring might break on your finger, but you wouldn't die from the acid hitting you because it wouldn't do anything to you. So generally, the saving throw is used to represent damages you can't quantify any other way easily, such as something causing immediate death, something causing aging, something causing a stat or more than one stat to suddenly drop by an amount, a curse being inflicted on you that doesn't otherwise do anything to you except just twist your fate horribly. Stuff like that is what you use a saving throw to block. And however, saving throws are also relevant to your stats, because if you have the right stat set, you may not even need to do a saving throw. You may have something just not work on you. For example, if you have a very high wisdom, a curse may just suddenly not work on you anyway without you even having to roll anything. Or if you have a very high constitution, a poison may just not work on you anyway regardless, without you even having to roll anything or even knowing you were poisoned. It's heavily dependent on your stats and the specifics of the system you use, but